Okay, so my name is Craig. Today I'm going to be going through the beginning of my sequence, just the preparation. Okay, so today's like preparation for yoga. Yeah, so I'm just going to be working with, working with the navel, working with the inner body, the core, if you like, and then stretching it out. Okay, so that's basically what I do in the beginning of my sequence. I bring all the energy, contract the muscles, and then I expand the muscles, prepare you for the yoga practice. In the beginning it's very important to connect to the bandhas, and the inner awarenesses of the body, so you can take that through the rest of your practice. Okay, so to begin with, just coming on to your back. Okay, so you're looking up towards your navel. Your chin is moving towards your chest. Your hands are pushing down towards the floor. And you're gripping the navel as tight as you can. Okay, so with that, the first step is just to contract the navel. Yeah, so you're feeling the breath. Firstly you're connected with the breath. You feel the breath going down to the body, soften the navel, and then through that softness you start to contract. If that's a little bit too much, if you can just contract it, that's okay. But eventually you're working on feeling the breath moving down to the navel, contracting through the breath, through the softness in the breath. Okay, so the softness eventually turns into contraction. Okay, from there, once you can contract the navel, then the anus and the perineum should naturally just contract through the contraction in the navel and the whole navel type of area. Okay, the anus and perineum should lift just through that contraction. And you just bring the awareness down to the anus and perineum, just encourage that lift. You don't squeeze it tight. You just encourage the lift, encourage the contractions, whichever way is working for you. Different years, I find things work in different ways. Okay, so that's firstly, so you're contracting the navel, contracting anus and perineum. Once you can get there, then you're starting to work on what they call the konda. Yeah, so in yoga, the konda means egg, and it's 2 inches below the navel. And this is, you could look at it as the muscles in the pelvis. It's kind of connected to those. It's not really the konda, but that it's all interconnected. You can work in either way. You can contract all the muscles in the pelvis, or you can work with the konda. Okay, so this is where everything comes from. Yeah, all the yoga poses. If you can't connect to this, then you're not going to have the same experience. You're not going to actually be grounded in the poses and stable. Okay, and that's what you need to do to prevent any injuries, and also to raise the energy up. In yoga, you're looking to raise the energy from the base of the spine up. Okay, so once you're starting to contract the konda, which is 2 inches below the navel. Okay, you also have these energy channels here. You can also work with. Different years, different days are different. Some days I'll just be working with navel, anus, perineum. That's it. Other days, that'll merge into the center and I'll start to work with the konda. Sometimes I'll be working with, these energy channels at the side, which are, connecting to the juices at the base of the spine, help encourage juices. raise up the spine. Okay, so in yoga, you're working very much with the juices in the body. There's many different levels you can look at it. Okay, so the juices in the spine, juices in the body, connecting to the glands. There is a connection between the chakras and the glands. They don't have to be 100% healthy, but if the glands are 100% healthy and active, then that's going to enrich the energy flows in the body and allow the chakras to be more healthy and more grounded. Okay, so you're on your back. You're contracting into the navel to begin with. Contract the anus and perineum. Contracting into the conda, and then raise the chest. Intensify the contractions. Okay, biggest danger in this is the diaphragm. The energy can tend to get blocked in the diaphragm. And this goes for a lot of poses as well. That's why we're utilizing everything in the beginning, so that you can take that into your practice. Okay, so and it's very simplified, to make it very easy so you can feel everything. The diaphragm, when you start contracting and stuff, the energy can have a tendency to get blocked. You've got to soften and suck the floating ribs into the body. Okay, it can't be completely soft, otherwise the energy can get blocked because there's no activity. And then the other way it goes, too much tension, it can get blocked, so it's got to be balanced. It has to be working a little bit, and it's working into the body. Okay, you're keeping the throat as soft as you can, the chin's moving up, like so. And then you're raising. Hands moving down is best, because that focuses, helps, bring the energy in. If your hands are up like this, your energy is going out, which can bring more softness if you're having trouble working with softness. But eventually, if you're really mastering it, hands down, helps you push the energy into the navel. Okay, so this is a variation of Navasana. You have Navasana, you have Supta Navasana, and then you have a modified version just to make it easy. Okay, so let's have a look at Supta Navasana. Supta Navasana, you're raising your buttock just a hair breadth. Okay, so you're just raising a little bit, and that'll make you activate all the muscles in the pelvis, or the conda. Okay, come down. From there, next exercise, you're bringing the feet halfway, feet are flexed. You're contracting the muscles in around the navel, down into the conda. You're trying to push the lumbar down into the floor from the front of the body. Okay, from there, you bring the feet down a little further, 20 degrees. Feet are pointed because it takes the energy more down into the pelvis or the conda. You're really pushing the hands down to activate the chest so you can activate the whole of the body. And it also supports the lumbar. Okay, from there, little bounces. Okay, come up. And come down. Okay, so inhale, legs down. Exhale, come up. Obviously, this is a hard version. You come up and then come down. Okay. Okay, so that's, for some people, that's obviously going to be too much. I'm just taking things onto a little bit of a deeper level for, the people that want to do stronger versions. Okay, so after you finish, strengthening the navel and the inner body and stuff, then you're coming into Virasana. Yeah, so version 1 is just like so. For some people, this is enough. Okay, for some people, you even have your hand over here because it's quite difficult. Other people, you can lie onto your elbows if you're comfortable there. And if you're comfortable there, you can lie down. If you're not comfortable there, you just stay there until you are. Okay, and then the last version, like so. And then lying down. Okay, so simple version, hands aside. More challenging version, hands up. Okay, so in the beginning, in that pose, again, you're just feeling the softness come into the body and soften, relax. Eventually, you start to work with the bandhas, contracting the navel, the anus, and perineum, or everything we did, previously. You can work the legs in different ways, if you're advanced. You can feel the skin on the inside of the thigh moving in. That helps release the inner channels in the body, brings the energy up the spine. Or you can work with the hips, which releases the body. Okay, so by squeezing the hip bones in, which is hip bandha, squeezing it in, eventually it becomes energetic. You just release it through the energies in the hips. In the beginning, you're squeezing the hips in. That's going to help release the sides of the body. And the shoulder connects in the shoulders, release the whole body. You're working the inner body. The inside of the thighs releases energetics eventually. In the beginning, you need to loosen things up in the front of the body and the back of the body. Okay, so if you can't connect to the hip bandha, you're gonna have to do some preparation. Okay, so this is what this class is all about. It's like preparation for yoga. Okay, so you're pushing your buttock against the wall. Your elbows are wide, so you're pushing your elbows out. You're on here. Okay, so you're on the base of your fingers and your thumbs. So your hands are a little bit up, like so. And that allows you to activate the chest properly. Squeeze the navel in. And then you raise. Obviously you won't be this high, you'll probably be more like this. But because I do it every day, I do this exercise every day. And hold 3 to 5 breaths. And come down. And come up. And come down. And again, come up. I'm just doing 3 breaths today, just for time factors. So I'm basically just showing you what to do. Okay, and then you lift it down. So you inhale, raise, exhale down. Inhale, raise, exhale down. And you really got to firm the navel. It strengthens the psoas, strengthens all the muscles in the hips. Okay, so the only problem with doing that is that it can tighten the hip flex. Okay, so a good way to see if your hip flexors are tight, hip flexors front of the hip. Okay, so if you can lie down here, usually, unless you have have full-on things happening in the front of your hips, the hip flex. If you can lie in that pose, you're ready to do that. If you can't lie in that pose, your hip flex, hasn't been, softened and relaxed properly. So you're not going to get any benefits from doing that. It's just going to make everything tighter. Okay, so that's more for flexible people. Okay, from there, after Virasana, so the Virasana comes, you're lying back. And when you lie back, it opens the front of the body, opens everything. Yeah, so in the beginning you're contracting, strengthening all the muscles, and then you're expanding, which allows all the blood to rush back and feed the muscles. Yeah, so you're working the muscles, and then you feed the muscles, and you get maximum benefits, from the work you've put in. Okay, so you lie back. Now you do a forward bend to counterbalance. So that's a bit of a back arch. Now you're going to do a forward bend to counterbalance what you've just done. So you come into Uttanasana. Okay, so Uttanasana, you can bend the knees. This is version 1. And just like so. If you're doing version 1, you're just completely relaxed. Version 2, you're stretching your legs straight. Version 2, you're completely relaxed. Version 3, if there's not much tension in the front of the body, in the front of the hips, then you can pull up the knees, firm the thighs. Okay, this is another reason why you're doing all the yoga poses, to release different parts of the body, so that you can work in really extreme, intense ways. Okay, even in basic poses. Okay, so you're pulling up the knees, firming the thighs, and that'll activate your kidney. Drawing the navel in. Being careful of the floating ribs. Once you contract the kidney, there's a danger of the energy getting blocked in the diaphragm. So you've got to be very, very aware of everything going on. You're contracting the kidney and that releases the energy. All the energy in the body gets stored in the kidney. It's the same in Chinese medicine. Iyengar was always going on about, contracting the kidney. Okay, the place you really learn how to contract the kidney, and also behind the heart, you bring the heart energies under control through the muscles here. You do that in all the forward bends, holding them for 5 minutes and stuff like this, and you can really zone in on exhaling into the kidneys and eventually through the softness in the kidney the kidney will contract. Okay, and that's when you're learning how to grip. Eventually you learn how to grip different organs through the pranic energies. Okay, so from there, after Uttanasana, you're coming into Downward Dog. Okay, so you got to remember that the sequences are just, the Ashtanga sequences are just part of the process. You really need to branch off a little bit if you want to become a master of asana, and to learn how to work with the organs and the prana fusing into the body in different ways. You need to do long forward bends, long headstand, shoulder stand. Okay, so downward dog. Downward dog in Ashtanga, it's a contraction because you're doing all these extreme poses. You don't want to be lengthening out because you're doing really extreme poses or things that are difficult for you, pushing yourself. So in the downward dog, it's like a consolidation. You're consolidating the energy, you're not releasing it. Upward dog is about the release. So you're coming into upward dog to release everything in a very aligned way, and then you come down into a downward dog. And it's a bit of a contraction. You can do it in a lengthening way, but in Ashtanga it doesn't work because you're using the upward downward dog to get energy, lots of different reasons to get energy moving through the body, and to consolidate the body, put it back together again after doing postures, make sure there's no problems. Okay, so if you're lengthening, then all the energy goes out. You need to bring the energy into the body. And of course you're working with the bandhas, navel moves in, contract the anus and the perineum. Eventually you're working with the kidneys. You can move the skin on the back from the kidney towards the buttock, or you can move the skin on the back from the kidney down towards the chest. These subtleties that you'll learn. You learn how to do that in long forward bends. And a headstand, shoulder stand. Eventually it changes your whole practice. Okay. So downward dog. Biggest problem for most people is you're not pushing into the index finger and thumb. It comes up off the floor. All the weight goes into the outer edge of the hand. So you need to feel the skin on the base of your index finger and the base of your thumb connecting with the floor. You don't force it, you just feel it. You feel the connection. Yeah. And eventually you just feel even weight throughout the whole of the hand. The idea isn't so much to have more weight here. The idea is more to have an even balanced weight. Okay, the index finger and thumb. And no reason why you're pushing into the index finger and thumb. Thumb represents the universal soul. And the index finger represents the ego, universal soul. You could call it. You could call it pure consciousness, whatever concepts you want to use. But at the end of the day, they're only concepts because universal soul is beyond this existence. Okay, so if the ego meets universal soul, the ego has to surrender and become one. Become one with what's beyond this existence. Okay, so that's another reason why you're pushing into the index finger and thumb. Brings all the energy onto the inside of the body. Turns the mind inward. Yeah, so the inner body turns the mind inward. Okay. Alright, so and eventually you're the same thing. If you really want spiritual energies to release, you're working inside the thigh, feeling the skin on the inside of the thigh moving in towards the pelvis. That releases spiritual energies up the spine. If you want to release the body, you're working from the hip, working with hip under, and that releases the sides of the body, and the sides of the body release the whole of the body. Okay, the sides of the body are the hardest to connect to. For me, it took a long time to connect to the sides of the body. Okay, so upward dog. It's my little pussycat with Felix. Okay, so upward dog and Chaturanga. Okay, so Chaturanga, you're coming into like so, and again you're pushing into the index finger and thumb, base of the index finger and thumb. Your elbows are moving into the body. The closer you can get the elbows into the body, the better. You're gripping the navel. And then you're coming up into an upward dog. Okay, and then when you come back, it's better to bend the elbows and then come back. If you don't bend the elbows, the body's out of control. Okay, come back. How do you roll over your feet? If you keep your feet it kind of puts pressure on your lumbar and throws everything out of position, I find. Whereas I find if I come from upward dog into Chaturanga and then come over, makes my whole body work and everything, whereas straight arms, nothing's working, and I find I get body problems. It's very important to roll over the foot, so you don't let the foot start going like this, otherwise you're going to get body problems. In Ashtanga is very much, upward down dog is very important because it's like a repetitive movement. So if you don't get it right, you're going to get body problems. So one of the biggest problems when you're coming back, the hips can get thrown out, pelvis can get thrown out, lumbar, and it all comes from your legs. Okay, so you're like so, and you're rolling over onto your feet, and then come back. Whereas if the arm's straight, it's a lot harder. I mean, you can, but you can't grip your core as much, and that puts more pressure on the transition. And because you're doing so many vinyasanas in Ashtanga, I find it weakens your lumbar. And can throw your pelvis and twist your pelvis out. Yeah. Okay, so I'll leave it at that today. The whole concept of this is a bit like the God channel, universal soul channel. It's the same with big toes. You're grabbing your big toes in different poses to release, the inside of the energy channels in the body. But eventually you learn how to do that through the body And you don't have to grab your big do. You don't have to jhana mudra so much anymore. You just naturally know how to activate different energy channels in the body and how they relate to all the different mudras. You have 5 main channels in the body. Okay, and they're the 5 main channels. Okay, consciousness. Everyone's talking about consciousness these days. Okay, this is the book to read. Okay, Manduka Upanishad. Okay, that's the book you need to read. If you do want to use consciousness as a metaphor for the soul, universal soul, well, that's the book to read, because then you'll understand what they're talking about. I mean, Sri Shankaracharya, this is another book that's pretty important to read. He was like a great yogi who transformed Indian culture, because Indian culture turned into Buddhism at one point. And he was such a great yogi, he transformed them back into Hinduism. Okay, so he was a great yogi. He used the concepts of consciousness, but he used other concepts more. He referred to the soul as the self, always calling the self. Sometimes he'd call it consciousness, but he'd say it's as much consciousness as it is unconsciousness. You have huge big texts like Brahma, the Brahma Sutras doesn't use the word consciousness once. The Manduka Upanishad is, the only place it really does, refer to the soul as consciousness that I know of. They talk about consciousness on different levels. This is different ways of looking at consciousness, because it can mean anything. But if you read that book, you know what they meant when they were referring to consciousness as the soul. Okay, and namaste, thanks for watching, and yeah, my name's Craig, and I'll see you next time.